The thrilling and long-awaited new Robert Langdon novel from globally best-selling author Dan Brown. Accompanying celebrated academic Katherine Solomon to a lecture she's been invited to give in Prague, Robert Langdon's world spirals out of control when she disappears without trace from their hotel room. Far from home and well out of his comfort zone, Langdon must pit his wits against forces unknown to recover the woman he loves. But Prague is an old and dangerous city, steeped in folklore and mystery. For over 2,000 years, the tides of history have washed back and forth over it, leaving behind echoes of everything that has gone before. Little can Langdon know that he is being stalked by a spectre from that dark past. He must use all of his arcane knowledge to decipher the world around him before he too is consumed by the rings of treachery and deception that have swallowed Katherine. Against a backdrop of vast castles, towering churches, graveyards buried 12 deep and labyrinthine underground passages, Langdon must navigate a shadow city hiding in plain sight, a city which has successfully kept its secrets for centuries and will not readily deliver them. This is a battlefield unlike any he has previously experienced, one on which he must fight not for his only life, but for the future of humanity itself. The Secret of Secrets is Dan Brown's first novel for over 8 years and sees the stunning return of Harvard symbologist Robert Langdon, this time pitting his wits against a conspiracy which will test even his considerable brainpower and take him to the edge of losing all that he holds dear. Short chapter-by-chapter retelling. Prologue. In a hidden chamber, a ritual involving ancient manuscripts takes place. A mysterious death occurs, setting the stage for a larger conspiracy. Secrets tied to history and religion are hinted at but not revealed. Chapter 1. Robert Langdon, Harvard professor of symbology, is introduced giving a lecture. He receives an urgent invitation connected to a secret discovery. Langdon is intrigued but unaware of the danger awaiting him. Chapter 2. A powerful organization watches Langdon's movements. Their leader believes Langdon may be the key to unlocking a hidden treasure of knowledge. Plans are made to intercept him. Chapter 3. Langdon travels to a historic location to meet his contact. On arrival, he discovers something is wrong. Security is unusually tight. He senses danger but decides to continue. Chapter 4. A murder shocks the setting, leaving behind cryptic symbols. Langdon is drawn into the investigation. Authorities suspect his involvement, forcing him to flee. Chapter 5. Langdon meets a female ally, scholar-scientist, who believes in his innocence. She agrees to help him decipher the symbols. Together they begin following the first clues. Chapter 6. The antagonist's perspective is shown, a zealot working under orders. He is tasked with retrieving an ancient secret at all costs. His path soon crosses Langdon's. Chapter 7. Langdon and his ally analyze the first code. They realize it points to a famous monument tied to esoteric traditions. They decide to go there immediately, evading pursuit. Chapter 8. The villain eliminates another obstacle, showing ruthlessness. He continues to track Langdon's progress. A larger organization's involvement becomes clearer. Chapter 9. At the monument, Langdon discovers hidden inscriptions. They point toward a trail connecting religion, philosophy, and ancient science. The clues suggest a forgotten manuscript of immense power. Chapter 10. Langdon and his ally narrowly escape capture by police and the villain's agents. They follow the next step in the trail, realizing the conspiracy reaches high levels of power. The chase for the secret of secrets has truly begun. Chapter 11. Langdon and his ally hide in a library to study the clues. They connect the symbols to alchemy and hermetic philosophy. A pattern emerges, pointing to another historic site. Chapter 12. The antagonist receives new orders from his mysterious master. He grows more desperate, willing to kill anyone in his way. His obsession with the secret mirrors Langdon's search for truth. Chapter 13. Langdon visits the new site, an ancient church filled with esoteric imagery. Hidden signs confirm they are on the right path. They uncover a reference to a lost manuscript tied to forbidden knowledge. Chapter 14. The police tighten their pursuit, labeling Langdon as a suspect. Media reports portray him as dangerous, limiting his freedom of movement. Langdon and his ally resolve to continue despite the risks. Chapter 15. The pair decode a riddle pointing to a forgotten crypt. Inside, they find fragments of text about divine power hidden within humans. Langdon senses they are approaching the heart of the mystery. Chapter 16. The antagonist strikes again, silencing a scholar who might have helped Langdon. His violence spreads fear, making cooperation with Langdon harder. The villain believes he is fulfilling a divine mission. Chapter 17. Langdon recalls his academic knowledge to decode the next symbol. The clue references both ancient Greek wisdom and early Christian writings. He realizes the trail merges science, religion, and philosophy. Chapter 18. The ally reveals personal stakes. Her family has long studied these mysteries. She fears the knowledge could be weaponized if found by the wrong hands. Their bond deepens as trust grows between them. Chapter 19. Langdon and his ally evade capture by using secret passages in the city. They reflect on the parallel between their journey and old initiation rituals. Langdon wonders if this path was deliberately designed centuries ago. Chapter 20. Another puzzle is solved, pointing toward a hidden archive. The antagonist closes in, eliminating anyone who stands in his way. The chase accelerates as both sides seek the final revelation. Chapter 21. Langdon and his ally reach the hidden archive. Inside, they discover manuscripts describing a universal truth guarded for centuries. They realize the trail was created to protect this knowledge from misuse. Chapter 22. The antagonist infiltrates the archive. He kills a guardian and steals part of the manuscript. Langdon and his ally narrowly escape with another fragment. Chapter 23. The two groups race to interpret the manuscript pieces. Langdon sees references to ancient astronomy and the harmony of the cosmos. He deduces the next clue points to a famous observatory. Chapter 24. The police increase their pursuit, setting up checkpoints. Langdon and his ally use disguises to move undetected. Their alliance grows stronger under pressure. Chapter 25. At the observatory, they uncover symbols linking the stars to sacred geometry. The clue suggests that the secret lies in the union of science and spirit. Langdon feels closer to the truth than ever. Chapter 26. The antagonist reports to his master, who demands faster results. He is told to eliminate Langdon at all costs. His obsession begins to cloud his judgment. Chapter 27. Langdon and his ally study another code hidden in a star map. It leads to a burial site of a forgotten philosopher. They realize each clue is both historical and spiritual. Chapter 28. Police close in on the burial site. Langdon and his ally are forced to escape through underground tunnels. The chase becomes increasingly dangerous. Chapter 29. In the tunnels, they find an inscription describing the fire of knowledge. The message warns that enlightenment requires sacrifice. Langdon notes that the language echoes Hermetic texts. Chapter 30. The antagonist corners them but fails to capture them. Both sides now hold partial truths from the manuscripts. The race intensifies, with the final revelation drawing nearer. Chapter 31. Langdon and his ally resurface from the tunnels into a historic plaza. They piece together the latest inscriptions, which point to an ancient temple. They hurry there, chased by both police and the antagonist. Chapter 32. At the temple, they discover carvings that merge Christian and pagan imagery. The symbols describe knowledge hidden in plain sight. Langdon realizes the secret is tied to the human search for divinity. Chapter 33. The antagonist arrives at the temple shortly after them. A violent clash ensues, ending with more lives lost. Langdon and his ally barely escape with the next clue. Chapter 34. They hide in a monastery, where a monk deciphers part of the manuscript. He warns that the secret of secrets can enlighten or destroy humanity. Langdon struggles with the responsibility of continuing. Chapter 35. The antagonist, growing desperate, punishes his own followers for failure. He vows to claim the secret personally. His devotion turns increasingly fanatical. Chapter 36. Langdon and his ally decode a reference to a hidden chamber beneath the monastery. There, they uncover relics pointing to the fusion of mind, body, and soul. Langdon sees the teaching as universal, beyond any one religion. Chapter 37. Police storm the monastery. Langdon and his ally narrowly escape once again. They realize someone inside the church hierarchy may be guiding the antagonist. Chapter 38. The journey takes them to a cathedral famous for its architecture. Symbols in its design point to harmony between mathematics and faith. The clue strengthens the idea that truth lies in unity, not division. Chapter 39. The antagonist ambushes them at the cathedral. A fight erupts, damaging sacred art and shocking witnesses. Langdon and his ally flee, though the antagonist gains new information. Chapter 40. Safe for the moment, Langdon reflects on the fragments gathered so far. The trail seems to be leading not just to knowledge, but to a moral test. He realizes the secret of secrets may demand a personal choice, not just discovery. Chapter 41. Langdon and his ally travel to another city following the cathedral clue. They study manuscripts in a private archive. The writings emphasize inner transformation as the path to wisdom. Chapter 42. The antagonist hunts them relentlessly. He eliminates another scholar who might have aided Langdon. His violence leaves fear and chaos in his wake. Chapter 43. Langdon deciphers a code linking the manuscripts to ancient Egypt. Symbols suggest continuity between Egyptian mysteries and Western traditions. The clue points toward a museum holding rare artifacts. Chapter 44. At the museum, they examine an artifact engraved with Hermetic maxims. It speaks of balance between light and darkness. Langdon interprets this as central to the secret they seek. Chapter 45. The antagonist arrives and attempts to seize the artifact. A struggle ensues, and the artifact is damaged. Langdon and his ally escape with a fragment of the inscription. Chapter 46. Police tighten their net, suspecting Langdon's ally of collusion. The pair must stay hidden, relying on secret passages and disguises. Their partnership grows stronger under the pressure. Chapter 47. Langdon decodes the fragment, pointing to a hidden library. The library was once a sanctuary for philosophers. He believes it may hold the final missing piece. Chapter 48. The antagonist receives orders from his master to seize Langdon alive. He resents the command, preferring to kill him outright. His loyalty begins to waver. Chapter 49. Langdon and his ally find the hidden library. Inside, they discover ancient scrolls describing divine potential within humanity. The message suggests the secret is knowledge of human transformation. Chapter 50. The antagonist attacks the library, setting it on fire. Langdon and his ally escape with the scrolls, though many treasures are lost. The race for the final revelation grows even more urgent. Chapter 51. Langdon and his ally hide in the countryside after the library fire. They study the scrolls and uncover a prophecy about hidden wisdom. The text suggests the secret has always been within humanity itself. Chapter 52. The antagonist regroups with his followers. He vows to seize the scrolls and fulfill his master's will. His fanaticism deepens, making him more dangerous. Chapter 53. Langdon deciphers a riddle pointing to an underground sanctuary. The sanctuary once served as a meeting place for early philosophers. The clue pushes them toward their next destination. Chapter 54. Police track Langdon's movements, tightening the net. Media portray him as a criminal mastermind. His ally reassures him that the truth will eventually clear his name. Chapter 55. At the sanctuary, they find murals depicting the union of heaven and earth. The images reinforce the theme of harmony between science and spirit. Langdon senses they are very close to the truth. Chapter 56. The antagonist arrives and kills the sanctuary's caretaker. He narrowly misses capturing Langdon and his ally. His master pressures him to finish the mission quickly. Chapter 57. Langdon connects the sanctuary clues to ancient mathematical ratios. He realizes the numbers form a hidden map. The map points to a sacred mountain. Chapter 58. The pair journey toward the mountain. Along the way, they reflect on how the quest has tested their faith in knowledge and in each other. The bond between them deepens further. Chapter 59. The antagonist follows closely, eliminating anyone who helps Langdon. He grows reckless, believing destiny is on his side. His violence leaves a trail of destruction. Chapter 60. Langdon and his ally reach the base of the sacred mountain. They discover ancient carvings describing a final initiation. The message implies the secret can only be revealed through sacrifice. Chapter 61. Langdon and his ally begin climbing the sacred mountain. The path is steep and dangerous, echoing the trials of ancient initiates. They feel the weight of history pressing on them. Chapter 62. At a plateau, they find inscriptions carved into the rock. The writings speak of enlightenment gained through balance of mind and spirit. Langdon realizes the climb itself is part of the initiation. Chapter 63. The antagonist follows closely, determined to intercept them. His obsession drives him to disregard his master's orders. He believes the secret will make him more powerful than anyone alive. Chapter 64. Langdon and his ally discover a hidden chamber within the mountain. Inside are relics of ancient rituals, including sacred texts. The texts describe the inner fire within every human being. Chapter 65. The antagonist ambushes them in the chamber. A violent struggle breaks out among relics and crumbling stone. Langdon and his ally escape with one of the manuscripts. Chapter 66. They flee deeper into the mountain tunnels. The manuscript reveals instructions for reaching the final chamber. Langdon fears the antagonist knows the same path. Chapter 67. Police forces close in on the mountain. Both Langdon and the antagonist are considered fugitives. The authorities unknowingly push all parties toward a final confrontation. Chapter 68. Langdon and his ally reach a sanctum marked by ancient symbols. The carvings describe humanity's divine potential. They realize the secret of secrets is hidden within these walls. Chapter 69. The antagonist bursts into the sanctum, demanding the manuscript. He declares himself chosen to wield the knowledge. A final clash becomes inevitable. Chapter 70. During the confrontation, parts of the sanctum collapse. Langdon and his ally barely survive the chaos. The antagonist is trapped beneath the ruins, his ambition destroyed. Chapter 71. Langdon and his ally escape the collapsing sanctum. They carry the manuscript fragment, though much was lost. Both feel the journey has changed them profoundly. Chapter 72. They hide in a remote village at the mountain's base. Villagers share legends about seekers of hidden wisdom. These stories mirror Langdon's own quest. Chapter 73. Langdon studies the manuscript fragment. It suggests the ultimate truth lies not in objects but in human consciousness. The ally reminds him this aligns with Hermetic teachings. Chapter 74. Police intensify their search, closing in on the village. Langdon and his ally disguise themselves to escape. Trust between them strengthens under pressure. Chapter 75. They travel to a nearby city to seek another archive. Within, they find texts confirming that the secret of secrets has been hidden across many traditions. The knowledge emphasizes inner awakening. Chapter 76. The antagonist is revealed to have survived the collapse. Badly injured, he vows revenge. His hatred fuels his final pursuit of Langdon. Chapter 77. Langdon and his ally decode another clue pointing to an ancient observatory. The site once connected astronomy with spiritual practices. They set out for this destination. Chapter 78. At the observatory, they study star maps. They find alignment patterns linking heaven and earth. The ally interprets it as a symbol of unity. Chapter 79. The antagonist tracks them to the observatory. A confrontation nearly kills Langdon, but they escape. The pursuit grows more dangerous. Chapter 80. Langdon pieces together that all clues lead to a final chamber beneath a historic monument. The manuscript fragment confirms it is the last step. He and his ally prepare for the decisive stage of the quest. Chapter 81. Langdon and his ally arrive at the historic monument hinted at in the manuscript. They find sealed doors marked with cryptic symbols. Langdon realizes the entry requires solving a complex riddle. Chapter 82. The antagonist, still alive but weakened, stalks them from the shadows. His obsession drives him to ignore his injuries. He prepares for a final confrontation. Chapter 83. Langdon deciphers the riddle using mathematical ratios and ancient texts. The door opens, revealing a passage into hidden chambers. They descend cautiously into the depths. Chapter 84. Inside, they encounter murals depicting humanity's eternal search for knowledge. The paintings suggest the secret has always been part of human evolution. Langdon feels the weight of history pressing on him. Chapter 85. The ally discovers inscriptions about balance between reason and faith. The message reinforces the idea of unity as the true enlightenment. They push deeper into the chamber. Chapter 86. The antagonist ambushes them inside. He demands the manuscript fragment, declaring himself destined to reveal the truth. A deadly struggle begins among the relics. Chapter 87. During the fight, parts of the chamber collapse. Langdon and his ally escape deeper inside while the antagonist is separated. They fear he may still follow. Chapter 88. In the innermost sanctum, they find a pedestal holding ancient scrolls. The scrolls confirm the secret of secrets is the realization of divine potential within humans. Knowledge is not external power but inner transformation. Chapter 89. The antagonist forces his way into the sanctum. He attempts to seize the scrolls, but the chamber reacts violently. He is overwhelmed by his own arrogance and meets his end. Chapter 90. Langdon and his ally secure the scrolls and escape as the sanctum collapses. They emerge into daylight, carrying both the knowledge and the burden of choice. The journey's true meaning becomes clear. Enlightenment is a responsibility, not a weapon. Chapter 91. Langdon and his ally retreat to safety after escaping the collapsing sanctum. They carefully study the recovered scrolls. The texts emphasize self-knowledge as the highest truth. Chapter 92. The police finally catch up with them. Langdon explains the conspiracy and proves his innocence with evidence. Suspicion shifts toward the hidden organization behind the antagonist. Chapter 93. The ally reveals her family's deep connection to the secret tradition. She admits this was her destiny as much as Langdon's. Their bond strengthens further. Chapter 94. Together they reconstruct the meaning of the scrolls. The message unites philosophy, science, and spirituality. Langdon realizes the teachings are timeless and universal. Chapter 95. The antagonist's master is exposed as a powerful figure in global politics. His attempts to seize the secret collapse under public scrutiny. The hidden organization fractures. Chapter 96. Langdon and his ally debate whether to reveal the secret to the world. They fear it could inspire enlightenment or chaos. They decide humanity may not yet be ready. Chapter 97. They hide the scrolls in a secure archive, preserving them for the future. A trusted guardian takes responsibility for their protection. Langdon feels relief but also sadness at letting them go. Chapter 98. Authorities clear Langdon's name completely. He is praised for his role in preventing catastrophe. The ally stands beside him, sharing recognition. Chapter 99. Langdon reflects on the journey and its lessons. He realizes the true secret of secrets lies in the potential within every person. Knowledge must be used to unite, not divide. Chapter 100. The story closes with Langdon and his ally parting ways for now. Both are changed forever by the experience. The secret remains hidden, waiting for a time when humanity is ready. Chapter 101. Langdon returns to Harvard, resuming his lectures. His students notice he carries a new sense of gravity. He reflects silently on the hidden scrolls. Chapter 102. The ally investigates the remnants of the secret organization. She learns that smaller factions still exist, planning in shadows. She resolves to watch them closely. Chapter 103. Langdon receives a mysterious package. Inside is a coded message referencing their recent journey. He fears the secret may not be fully buried. Chapter 104. Police brief Langdon and his ally on global repercussions. Several political figures have been implicated. The scandal reshapes alliances at the highest levels. Chapter 105. Langdon studies the coded message further. It suggests another layer of knowledge, still undiscovered. He wonders if the scrolls were only part of the truth. Chapter 106. The antagonist's surviving followers regroup in secrecy. They vow to continue their mission, naming him as a martyr. Their leader swears vengeance against Langdon. Chapter 107. Langdon and his ally meet again in Europe. They revisit key sites, seeking reassurance that the secrets remain safe. Their trust in one another deepens further. Chapter 108. Another hidden archive is uncovered by scholars. The documents reference the same universal wisdom. Langdon worries the cycle of pursuit may never end. Chapter 109. The ally argues that hiding truth forever is impossible. She believes humanity must one day face the responsibility. Langdon hesitates, fearing misuse. Chapter 110. Together, they lock away the new archive in a secure location. Both agree to guard the knowledge until the right time. The chapter closes with lingering uncertainty about what the future holds. Chapter 111. Langdon resumes his teaching but feels distracted. His lectures on symbology echo the truths he has recently uncovered. Students sense he speaks from deeper conviction now. Chapter 112. The ally continues independent research. She discovers references to the secret hidden in multiple cultures worldwide. The universality of the knowledge amazes her. Chapter 113. Langdon receives a warning from a former contact in the Vatican. He is told that powerful figures are still searching for the scrolls. The danger, he realizes, is far from over. Chapter 114. The antagonist's cult regroups, performing rituals in secrecy. They reinterpret his death as a sacrifice. The cult becomes more radical and dangerous. Chapter 115. Langdon deciphers new symbols in an old manuscript. The text hints that the secret is cyclical, resurfacing every few centuries. He fears history may be repeating itself. Chapter 116. The ally meets scholars who debate whether the knowledge should ever be revealed. Some argue it could advance humanity. Others fear it could spark chaos. Chapter 117. Langdon and the ally reunite to compare findings. They realize scattered manuscripts form parts of a greater whole. The truth is broader than either imagined. Chapter 118. The cult makes its first move, attacking a scholar believed to have information. The incident alarms the academic community. Langdon senses the conflict is escalating. Chapter 119. Langdon and the ally decode another riddle that leads to an ancient fortress. The fortress once guarded forbidden texts. They prepare to travel there, aware of the risks. Chapter 120. At the fortress, they uncover secret chambers. Inside are more manuscripts confirming humanity's latent divine potential. The discovery deepens their dilemma: protect or share the knowledge. Chapter 121. Langdon and his ally examine the fortress manuscripts. They confirm that the teachings span civilizations from Egypt to Renaissance Europe. The secret has always been preserved in fragments. Chapter 122. The cult tracks them to the fortress. A violent clash erupts in the underground chambers. Langdon and his ally escape, but several manuscripts are stolen. Chapter 123. The cult declares victory, claiming they now hold the full truth. In reality, they possess only partial texts. Langdon worries their misinterpretation could be dangerous. Chapter 124. The ally argues that the secret's survival across centuries proves its resilience. She believes knowledge cannot be erased, only delayed. Langdon fears misuse is inevitable. Chapter 125. Police authorities warn Langdon of cult activity spreading across borders. The group recruits new members with promises of enlightenment. The threat grows into a global concern. Chapter 126. Langdon and the ally uncover a hidden map within the manuscripts. It points to a final resting place of the complete scroll. They realize this may be the last stage of their journey. Chapter 127. The cult's leader sends assassins to intercept them. A narrow escape convinces Langdon they have little time left. The race intensifies. Chapter 128. The trail leads them to a cathedral known for esoteric architecture. Symbols in the stonework align with the manuscript map. Langdon feels certain they are near the ultimate chamber. Chapter 129. Inside the cathedral, they uncover a staircase descending deep underground. Inscriptions warn of trials ahead. They prepare for the final initiation. Chapter 130. The cult ambushes them in the underground chambers. A chaotic struggle follows, endangering priceless relics. Langdon and his ally survive, but the true scroll remains hidden. Chapter 131. Langdon and his ally press deeper into the cathedral's underground chambers. They follow inscriptions that describe enlightenment as a personal journey. Each step feels like a final test. Chapter 132. The cult pursues them, determined to claim the scroll. A confrontation looms in the narrow corridors. Langdon realizes they must outwit, not outfight, their enemies. Chapter 133. They discover a hidden vault sealed by a symbolic lock. Langdon deciphers the mechanism using hermetic principles. The vault opens, revealing the long-sought scroll. Chapter 134. The cult's leader arrives and demands the scroll. A tense standoff follows. Langdon refuses to surrender, insisting the secret belongs to humanity, not a sect. Chapter 135. Violence erupts. The cult leader tries to seize the scroll but is struck down by his own fanatic followers. Chaos consumes the chamber. Chapter 136. Langdon and his ally secure the scroll and escape as the chamber collapses. The cult is destroyed in the chaos. The secret is preserved, but only barely. Chapter 137. Safe outside, they study the scroll briefly. It confirms that the secret of secrets is the recognition of divine potential within every human being. Knowledge itself is the treasure, not power. Chapter 138. Authorities arrive, clearing Langdon of all accusations. Survivors of the cult are arrested. The scroll is entrusted to a secure archive. Chapter 139. Langdon and his ally reflect on their journey. They agree that the secret must remain hidden until the world is ready. Their bond is sealed by shared responsibility. Epilogue. Back at Harvard, Langdon resumes his lectures. He speaks subtly of humanity's endless quest for meaning. The secret remains safe, waiting for the right time to be revealed.